What's going on, Blues? Welcome back to life as an Evertonian. I've been at a funeral today, Blues. This is why I'm dressed. This is why I'm dressed like this. I do look like a football commentator, don't I? But I just thought I'd jump on here as soon as I got in, just to do my final summary of the defeat, the knockout of the FA Cup to Sunderland on Saturday. And it's a case of just putting it to bed, Blues, in it. Let's be honest. I have to come on here and do the final summary. I feel like I covered so much in the content that I produced. Probably one of my most passionate videos that I've done this season. And when I say passionate, I guess showing my passion for my football club, for the team that I've grown up and supported all my life. Yeah, I've been doing some like shorts and I've been putting them on Instagram and Facebook, and some of the comments like, "Oh, nice Scouse accent, lad," and you're like, "You ain't got a clue. You don't know my family history." Do you know what I mean? Dad's dad born in Birkenhead, raised. My dad was born in Darwin, no Scouse accent. I was born in Blackburn, no Scouse accent. But Everton bleeds blue through my blood. So I just thought that get that off my chest as well. Um, Listen, we're getting closer to the AFCON Cup ending. We've probably got one more game against Villa where those players are going to be missing. We're hoping players. Well, we know Keenan Dewsbury Hall isn't too far away. We're hoping that. We know Jack Grealish will be back. It's been a tough month, Blues. It has. It's been a real tough week. I've been 3 times at the Hill Dickinson Stadium last week. Midweek game. Oh, it was on Sunday midweek, and then Saturday. I haven't seen my team win once, and just a tough watch. It's been really, really disappointing. More rumours are filtering out all the time. I've just read that Everton could be potentially linked with Ross Barkley again, coming back to the club. We put an offer in for the right back, the Swedish right back, who I covered on my content yesterday. And yeah, Blues, we've seen a disappointing period, hopefully coming to an end. I don't know what to expect from Villa. You never know. We don't know. We might get a resolute performance how we performed away to Forest, Man United, but I, I'm not hopeful. I think it's all about the game that we've got coming up on Monday night against Leeds United. What players can we have available for that? So we have to put it to bed. We understand the season's over in terms of winning anything. I've said in content, we are where we are. We're on this roller coaster. Have all these players missing like we've got. We're at relegation for the kind of ilk. That's the levels that we're playing at. Get all the players back, and we're mid-table. I can come on here and categorically say we are punching mid-table. Um, I look at the strikers, Blues, and I've come up with this analogy, and I was speaking to um, a guy over the weekend, Mac from Ireland, born and raised in Merseyside, lived over in America for 20 years, running businesses, lives over in Ireland now. But we had a conversation about getting Duncan Ferguson back at the club to coach and support the strikers who fit his frame, his body, his style, and seeing if he can help those lads, with the stature and the height and the flick-ons, and see if he can help them with the basics of being an Everton striker. I think it's a really good conversation to have, and I'm telling you now, Duncan Ferguson would do it for next to nothing. He'd just come back and see if he could help them lads. I really do believe that, and I think the club and Moyes should look into it. Because we have to find a way of getting a tune out of these strikers, and unless Everton can find one in this window. I've mentioned Callum Wilson just because I feel like he knows where the back of the net is. Um, but it's not for us to predict, is it, boys? Do you know what I mean? we see the news as it comes, and obviously if they're going to be strong links or not strong links, I try to cover the links that are going to be potentially strong. We've seen disappointing performances from Tyler Diblin. Um, obviously comes with that heavy price tag, really, for a young lad at 42 million. He's not obviously showcasing that yet. I thought he was decent against Burnley. I thought he was decent against Forest. I even came on the content over that period in those two games. Said we've got to integrate this lad in, even when the likes of Ben Jai come back, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, Jack Grealish, Idris Gana, and maybe he will improve as a player once he's got those better players round him. But he weren't doing the basics right at weekend, nor were Merlin Rowe. They didn't step up to the plate. But I think you've also got to look at players who have been there for quite some time now, and the likes of Dwight McNeil. And, for me, I think he's been really, really poor this season. I think he probably played well or did a job for about 15 minutes against, I think it was Forest, when he came on against Forest. Um, so Blues, again, we move on. We're out the cup. We haven't won a trophy since 1995. We ain't going to win one anytime soon. But, we have to try and believe and hope that this club, with the new owners, the new board, the new directors, the operations behind the club, the scouting network, everything, the in terms of the recruitment process. Some of these signings haven't worked yet. And I can't just say they're not going to do. The likes of Azanu and Tyler Diblin. It is early. It is early in that, but, you would have liked to see those lads hit the ground running, but it just hasn't meant to be. I think Jack Grealish has been decent. He's played some good, strong games, integral part of certain wins and assists, etc. Sometimes he's been quiet, done a little bit too much on the ball. But, I think his game again would improve better if he had a flying fullback behind him and somebody who's very technical in that final third. I do believe that. I think Tyler Diblin possibly could as well. But it's been a frustrating watch, Blues. It really has. And we produced this content this week and it's been negative. But it's been negative on the pitch. It feels a difficult watch. The Hill Dickinson Stadium feels not hostile, but a little bit flat at the minute. And we want to feel something like we felt, in that opening game of the season against Brighton, and how we reacted when we got that triumph win against Crystal Palace. That's what we want to be seeing, and that's what we're going to be feeling. Let's hope we can feel something similar when we play Leeds on that Monday night. I'm not trying to rule out the away trip against Villa, but they're doing big things. I've just read there that Conor Gallagher is potentially on his way there as well, and he's going to improve them as well. And that is somebody I would have liked to have had at our football club. And I'm hoping Everton can attract that ilk of player. And I know that we have in Kieran Dewsbury-Hall and Jack Grealish. There's a lot of potential there in Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. We've already seen that. For me, he's one of the best players that we've got alongside NJ, Jimmy Gardner. So, Blues, let's hope that we're active in this window. I feel like I'm a bit of a stuck record at the minute and I'm going round in circles. But, we need a striker. We need, I think, someone or two new fullbacks, definitely. I'd like to see two or three players coming in this window who are ready to go. They're ready to go in. They've had Premier League experience. Just ready, or if we bring in the Swedish lad from Bologna, just ready. So, boys, I think I'm going to leave this one there. I don't want to, go too much into the game and how it unfolded. I felt like I did that. Again, I just want to reiterate that it has been a tough period, Blues, and let's hope for something a little bit better. Round the next corner. We move on to Villa, and then we've got the Leeds game at home. But I'm dreading. I'm dreading with the Rich Vayner form. DCL is in. It worries me coming to the Hill Dickinson Stadium and seeing the lads what we've got who are missing penalties and just don't look like they've got any confidence whatsoever. I felt like Tieno Barry was picking up a little bit of confidence, but we need to see consistency and we need to feel that consistency. So I'm going to leave this one there, boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Click that bell to turn on post notifications. I do actually look like a football commentator, don't I, dress like this? But like I said, I've been at a funeral today. So, boys, I'll see you in the next one. Up the toffees.